Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for joining me again this week. This week's video is something just quick and fun. It is 10 things you didn't know about me. To start this week's video off, I'm just gonna get into the list and we'll try and get through it as quick as possible. So I am 29 years old. In my house, we have 3 dogs, 4 cats, 3 dogs, 4 cats, and 1 rabbit. Now, that may sound a bit like a zoo to you, and yes, it really is. We have cat hair everywhere all the time. The dogs are always chasing the cats. The rabbit kind of stays out of it and hangs out in my sister's room so that she can stay safe and not get eaten by my dog. I do not like bugs at all, but if there was one bug that I could completely eradicate, it would be ants. I have had a couple of bad experiences with ants where I've woken up from camping experiences through Girl Guides covered completely in ant bites, and as it turns out they hurt like a mofo, and I don't want to ever experience that again. I learned to sew from my grandma, who taught me when I was about 5 or 6 years old. I used to spend the summers with her and my grandpa out at their cabin in the woods. That was their house all year round. And she taught me how to sew. Most times we would start a project and never finish it. But she also taught me about taking things apart and making them into new things. My grandma was like the original eco-fashionista because she would unravel sweaters, she would take apart clothes that could be made into other things, and she would often like buy bags of old t-shirts and things like that and cut them up into rags for my uncle's motorcycle shop so they wouldn't have to be constantly buying more rags. And so she's really the one who taught me that things can be turned into other things. They don't always have to be thrown out when they're, you know, past our prime or you don't want them anymore. I actually went to school for fashion design at Seneca College, but I never finished my degree. Well, technically it's a diploma. I'm about 3 credits short, but they've changed the program so much that even if I went back, I'd basically have to do the whole thing over again. And because I'm almost 30 years old, I don't really want to do that. And I don't want to incur any more student debt. I absolutely love documentaries and documentary TV shows, and this means that I retain a lot of that information, and it comes out at really random times. Like, just I'll be watching TV and I'll see a commercial that reminds me of this random fact that's stored in my head, and I will spew it out. And it's quite funny because my family thinks it's ridiculous that I can just spew these facts. But then when I actually need the information, it won't come out. I actually have an online store where I sell things that I make, as well as body positive t-shirts. It's always linked in the description, but I'm not sure if anybody even notices it's there. I make all of the leather goods that are in my store, and I design all the graphics that are on the t-shirts. I am a very messy person. If I showed you anywhere but the space that you can see it, like there's a pile of stuff right here. That is my drafting table, and it's covered with junk. I am a completely messy person, but the thing is when something has a place, I must put it in its place. And if it's not in its place, I get quite worked up about it. Like, if the ketchup's not in a certain spot in the fridge door, or like, you know, something doesn't go back where it originally came from, especially if it's my thing, and someone borrows it and they don't put it back, or they don't at least give it back to me, I get quite worked up about that. To go right along with that, when the radio is on an uneven number setting for the volume, I have to change it. It has to be an even number. If it ends up being too loud, then I turn it down 2 degrees instead. It has to be an even number. Otherwise, it will bother me until I change it. And I swear to you, my sister thinks this is the funniest thing and will purposely change it to an odd number just so that she can see me freak out about it. When I sing and dance in the car, I pretend like there's a cloak of invisibility over my car and nobody can see me, because I need that shield to counteract the embarrassment I feel when I think people are watching me and judging what I'm doing. And without that, if I knew people were watching, I mean, I know they're watching, but if I really thought about them watching, I wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't sing along to the radio, and I wouldn't dance to the car, and I probably wouldn't have any fun at all. And last but not least, the final fact is, when I was a teenager, I was actually awarded a medal from the Queen for volunteering in my community. So I'm going to show it to you now because it's the only prop I've got. This is the box it came in. So I'm not sure if that'll focus on there. Come on, autofocus, you can do it. There we go. Okay, so this is for the 50th anniversary of when the Queen took the throne. So it's the Queen Golden Jubilee Award. The box is quite gross because it's been sitting in a basement for a long time. And to be honest, I didn't even know I still had this. So this is what the medal actually looks like. And because of the light, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to actually see it. Whoop. No, you probably won't, but that's okay. That blurriness there, that is the medal, and it's trying to focus on the actual like gold part here, but because of the light it can't. Yeah, so this is the medal I got. I got it in 2002, and it's been a long time since I got it, because the Queen has already had her 60th anniversary being on the throne and has already given out all new medals. So yeah, I think this is really cool. It's not something I really talk about with people because I'm certainly not involved in the organizations I was anymore. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys this week. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, feel free to leave comments down below. Check out all the links in the down bar, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!